So today, from Max Miller's book, Tasting History, which is the East Baton Rouge Library's one book, one community read for 2024, today we're making samosas. And let me just go ahead and give you a heads up. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We shall see. Samosas ain't no joke. It was one of the most difficult things I have ever made. This has been like blood, sweat, and tears. And my arms are still a little sore from the rolling out. It's a good thing I've been exercising lately. So if I was going to do this again, I would definitely use a prepared pastry dough. Or just go to the Indian restaurant and order the samosas. I like to make pastry dough, but this was such a stiff dough that this dough is just way too stiff. It was exhausting, frankly. But that said, the samosas turned out really well and they were super tasty. It's very good. It's remarkably good. The recipe that we're using is from the Mughal Empire in 1590, somewhere in India. And the recipe is from a man whose name is Abul Fazl Alami. I'm just going to read it quickly to you, that we're using the inspiration of. Kutab, which the people of Hindustan call sanbush. This is made in several ways. 10 sear meat, 4S fine flour. These things are. This can be cooked in 20 different ways and gives 4 full dishes. 20 different ways. So somehow Max Miller took all of that, and if you haven't watched Max, you should give it a try because he agrees with me that this recipe, he said, if someone tells you making samosas is easy, either they do it all the time that they've forgotten or they're lying. Those were Max's words, not mine, but I totally agree. I should have watched this video before I decided to make samosas. It was hard work making the dough, but easy work making the filling. And the product that we made was that perfect traditional samosa shape. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. One thing that I learned about samosas from this book is that the original samosa was a way of preserving meat for a long journey. So the process really is not complicated, but it requires a lot of strength and exertion. So give it a try. It is on page number 175. Someone asked me the other day how many recipes this book has, and I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around 50, and each one is like a little history lesson, of course, but also it offers insight into a culture that you may have only eaten at a restaurant. But like to get into the process of making it yourself just takes a level of understanding to a different level and may create some empathy to boot. The next time you eat a samosa, you tell that person thank you. And the whole book for this choice, One Book, One Community, is about creating community. And what can be more toward creating community than sharing a meal with your family and friends? Enjoy. Okay, that's fine. All right, we're gonna make it into 6 equal portions now. This is a very stiff dough. You don't have to put all this footage in there. All right, we're gonna try the samosas. I will never look a samosa in the eye in the same way I did prior to trying to make them. These are hot. We don't have any of the fancy sauces. Another thing that you get when you go out to eat. All right, I'm gonna give the first one to my friend Amy, who's visiting from Kansas City. And I'll take one. We'll leave the poor baby one that's not exactly looking like a samosa. Oh, look at that, it worked.
Yum.
It's very good. It's remarkably good.
I would say the dough turned out great, crispy.
It's really good. So special thanks to the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. I really encourage you. They've got, I think, 250 some odd copies of the book, Tasting History. It is online on Libby Unlimited. You can check it out, as many as people as want to. Join the One Book, One Community read. Get courageous. Make some samosas, for heaven's sakes. Make some mead. Make something else in the book. There's all sorts of good things. Join us in all the events. And if you just Google One Book, One Community 2024, you can find all the details, all of the events they've got, and they have a bunch. So enjoy. Cheers to a little samosa.